Hello everyone. We have been using these different large language models while implementing our agentic workflows. So we basically have leveraged this GPT-4o model while generating the plot for Meta and Apple stock price over last 12 months. That was a use case that we have tried to solve in the previous session. So where we have ended up creating a couple of agents, one of which is user agent, the other one is assistant agent, with which we were able to generate the plot. The assistant agent here acted as a code generator. The user agent acted as a code executor. Basically, the agents that we have created reasoned well with the message that we have asked for, that is the request that we have placed for. And then it basically think about the problem loud and try to solve the issues, the interim issues that it has encountered, and finally generated the plot for us. This was an overview of the use case that we have tried to solve. So in this particular session, we are briefly going to understand the process in which we'll make use of the different LLMs for free. So we are not going to pay for any of the AI models that we are going to make use of for any AI agents which we are going to create as prototypes here. Okay. So if we are going to this OpenAI platform, if you go to platform.openai.com and specifically navigate to this pricing section, you basically can understand what is the price that you would need to pay for in order to access specific models here. So if you look at this particular code, we have been using GPT-4o. And obviously for GPT-4o, there is some cost associated with it. In order to use cache, there is some cost. Generating the responses and considering the input, all of it has got some cost associated with it, and you need to use your credit card for that. I'm just going to show you a workaround to avoid these unnecessary expenses, since you are only doing a prototype or creating a prototype for the projects that you are currently working on. So you basically can navigate to the GitHub Marketplace where the different large language models are hosted on their platform. So I would basically click on this explore the full model catalog, which takes me to this particular web page where I can observe these different large language models. So few of which are the DeepSeek R1 model. We also have OpenAI 4o, and that's what we have used in the past. We can also make use of the Mistral models and the Llama models as well. But for the sake of this demo purpose, I'm just going to click on DeepSeek R1 because that's what I'm planning to incorporate now. So the DeepSeek R1 model is what we are going to replace this GPT-4o with. So I'm going to update this code to use DeepSeek-R1. Okay. And then I'm just clicking on use this model and get developer key and generate a new token, because I'm planning to generate a new token and use a token while doing the API calls, because the API calls are not for free, but GitHub Marketplace is provisioning us to do our prototyping work for free. That is by doing these API calls for free by generating a token here. So obviously the first option is still in beta version. I do not want to do that. I would click on generate new token and I'm just going to provide a note. I'll just provide the note as testing, and I would want it to last only for 7 days. I do not want to check any of these boxes here. Don't want to select any of these scopes. This is for additional authentication. I just don't want additional authentication to be done here. Clicking on generate token right now. So this is the token that got generated. I'm just copying this token here. I navigate back to .env file and then create a new environment variable called as ds-key. Okay. I'm renaming this OpenAI base URL to base URL itself, because the base URL would still remain the same. If I go back and click on playground and look at the code here, it's always using this particular base URL. So this is a base URL. For any model that you are choosing from GitHub Marketplace, this should be the base URL. It's not specific to OpenAI GPT models or Mistral models. I just simply copied this URL and update it here in my code as base URL. So now I would go back to my Python script where I just have created this agentic workflow. I'm now updating this OpenAI key to ds_key and OpenAI base URL to just base URL itself, which applies to any of the models that you are leveraging. Cool. So now let me rerun this whole code and let's see if it's going to generate the plot for us or not. Generated the plot for us. We just have updated the model, and the agents that we have created still work like a breeze. So there's no issue at all that's encountered. Obviously, there could be some code errors that must have occurred in the interim process, but the user and assistant agents sorted out those issues by themselves and then finally presented it with this particular plot that you are currently observing. Okay. So it's not just restricted to DeepSeek R1. You can use any other models like probably Llama models or even Mistral AI models, or it could be anything. And there's one caveat to this. So if I click on DeepSeek R1 again, if I look at the rate limit, so it's not that you can do any number of API calls for free. There is some cap to it, obviously, right? Nothing comes for free. So Copilot free version is what we are currently using. The rate tier limit is low, high, so on. So we now clearly observe that if you are heavily using the API, if you want to create an enterprise grade applications, then you might want to choose Pro Business or probably Copilot Enterprise, which involves some licensing cost. But whatever we are doing currently is a free version. There is some limit to it. So only 5 concurrent requests that you can do. And there is a limit of 150 requests that you can do per day and 15 requests per minute. And the number of tokens that your input message can comprise of also is capped to 8,000. The number of tokens in the output also is capped to 4,000. So these are some limitations. But if you would want to probably implement some simple agentic workflows like we have implemented, or you would want to try an experiment and learn more about agentic AI, using GitHub Marketplace is going to be a great option for us. Otherwise, you might want to actually use your credit card, pay for it, and then only do your prototyping and the remaining stuff. Okay. I believe that you are pretty much comfortable with what we have discussed so far. So we now have clearly understand how we can switch one LLM to another LLM of our interest and try and experiment how each of these LLM work. Finally, we can also validate or evaluate which of these LLMs is going to generate a response which is more meaningful to us, or which of these particular LLMs is improving the overall performance for the use case that we are trying to solve. So that's one of the most important steps that we need to always look for. Okay. In the next session, we are going to expand our agentic workflow to have multiple agents, not just two, and then try and also involve group chat manager, which acts as an orchestrator, and try to create that complex agentic workflow and try and get a quick grasp of how you can solve some complex problems there. Okay. So that's all in this particular session. Thanks for watching.